Welcome back, everybody. I am the Ultra Maximus, and I would like to welcome you guys back to the Wednesday Comic Book Presser in a different format, of course. This is your quick press edition, in other words, the daytime edition. And if you want to find out what's going on with the Wednesday night comic book presser, maybe you should be subscribed to this channel and watch for notifications. Of course, 8/17/2022, this is your Wednesday comic book presser, quick press edition. I am the Ultra Maximus, and I'm asking you to come in and subscribe to this channel for more of the good content that we are going to be putting forward here. Don't forget to click the notification bell for notifications for when we go live. Don't forget to like and share the videos, and of course, leave me a comment below if you're watching on the rewind. Of course, 1,100 plus of you guys can't be wrong. Hotness going on over here. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel to get yourself entered into the Ultra Box giveaway. And then, of course, our wonderful soundtrack provided by the great people at White Bat Audio. Make sure you do give them a follow here on YouTube. Carl Casey at White Bat Audio, whitebataudio.com. Lots of different ways to follow them. And, of course, you are going to subscribe to my channel because the Raw Report is my pickups video, and honestly, some of the best spec you're ever going to get. New pickups and mail drops in that show. And then, of course, the other show that I do here every weekend is called the Secret Variant, and this is your FOC 123 ABCs. I also do a couple other videos which you guys could help this channel gain serious monetization on by helping one of these videos go viral. But you should check these out if you're into Marvel spec. This is your second printing Marvel Legacy homage variant list, and then, of course, the Marvel variants that have a really big place in my heart and also take up a big place in my collection. Marvel Hip Hop Variant Platinum list, which is the entire list. Don't forget to also check out some of the other wonderful channels in the in the feature channel section. Subscribe to those people over there, putting out wonderful content. And don't forget to click back over to Mighty Mel V's YouTube and check us out Friday nights. Follows are always appreciated, whether it be on Facebook, on IG, or on Twitter. And you guys know you can also follow me on Whatnot. And that is, of course, if you download Whatnot, you got to get that through the App Store or the Google Play Store. And I'll be coming back to Whatnot with a exclusive sale. So, yeah, you don't want to be missing that. Follow me, at least, if you're not following any of the other big guys, of course. Facebook and IG have me as ULTRA MAXIMUS. And then, of course, you can follow me at XUltraMaximusX on the old Twitter. Twitter's neat. Very neat. And then, of course, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Herd S. Eric with the logo work. You got to love it. Got to appreciate it. Make sure you give that man a follow. And then, of course, shout out to WantedComics.com for all the support over the years. And you guys should support them right back. Make sure you have them bookmarked. Make sure you follow them on IG. Make sure you follow them on Whatnot. Drew always putting out greatness. And then, of course, ComicBarricade.com is there for you to keep your comic books upright in your boxes. Keep them books near mint. Don't let them become a fine plus by falling over, getting some creases in them. And, of course, you can use the code ULTRA, get yourself 10% off your books. Yeah, buddy. Now, this super chat thing, don't worry, everybody. This is about to be overcome shortly. But if you're feeling froggy and you want to donate to the comic book journalism endeavor that is this man right here, the man, the myth, the legend himself. Blue eyes and silk ties. That's me. Hey, everybody. I'm so happy to be back. This is the Wednesday Comic Book Presser. Of course, we are in an early edition format, which is great because that just means that I'm catching some of you guys on the West Coast before you get out of work and head to your LCS. But we got a lot of news to get to, a lot of things to cover here. And shout out to the live chat wherever you might be. This is an interactive show, so if you are in the live chat, feel free to drop a comment. Spoilers ahead because we're going to be looking at some things, of course, that came out today. But I appreciate anybody dropping comments in the comment section after the show has ended. But let's talk about some things. I'm giving this one the honorable mention. Though, oh, man, Andre knows what's up. So, Book of the Week honorable mention, I gave this one to Heart Eyes #1 with the 1/100 Frisian variant. Only because this is a returnable book. But the book may be returnable. Frisian, however, is forever. So Frisian fans, good luck chasing that. There's also a 1 in 50 and a 1 in 75 of a Frisian as well. The runner-up of our Book of the Week is the Batman 125 second printing 25 copy incentive. So is Failsafe going to be around, or is Failsafe going to fail in its attempt to overtake Batman and kill him. So we'll see what happens there, but obviously we all know how this is going to end. Failsafe ain't going to do much. But our book of the week, and with good reason, A cover started selling out over the weekend. So it's really strange here, but I'm collecting the Choose Your Destiny and the action figure variants, but the Gist cover for cover A, everybody was after cover A today. But since none of the characters supposedly rumored of 8 first appearances in this book, like what? I have not confirmed that number, so please consider that report with a grain of salt. But what I am saying here is that there's a ton of first appearances in the book, things are moving, and it's an Obi-Wan action figure cover. I'm in. And those were my selections for the books of the week, everybody. Let me know what you think by dropping me a comment below. And this show is moving full speed ahead because we don't mess around here. The quick press edition of the Wednesday Comic Book Presser is going to take you right into the speculation matrix, because why are we going to wait around? So I had an opportunity to read a couple of books before we went live today, but it is also a book that I was so much in tune with the Ultra Damas alter ego that I have here, that months ago, when I think the Wednesday Night Comic Presser was still going on, Ultra called it. So the read of the week is definitely Doctor Strange, and I forewarn you because this is Spec Inside, and this is a raw report for you guys. And you're in the Spec Matrix, so there's going to be some spoilers, right? This is the read of the week because of one reason and one reason only. Your boy Ultra Damas came through again and predicted that the Huntsman was indeed Doctor Strange. So Doctor Strange has been reincarnated as an avatar of death. Oh yes. And death is controlling our buddy Strange and has now made him the Huntsman and is making him resurrect all of the dead heroes, but without their selves. It's a very, very crazy story going on in here. Tomb in the house, good to see you. So this, my friends, begs to say, if you were smart enough to pick up, well, the highest ratio incentive, Clea on it by Campbell, yeah, if you're lucky enough to get that one, it's a 1 in 200. There's also a 1 in 100 by Art Germ. That's not too shabby. But what we are looking at here is the 1 in 50 that actually has the first cover of our Huntsman, aka Stephen Strange, now the Huntsman, while Clea Strange is the Sorcerer Supreme. So it gets juicy and spicy over there in Doctor Strange, and that's why I recommend it in the read pile. You should definitely check it out. But also, when you guys go to the stores, be on the lookout for that 1 in 50 from number 1. I don't mean to brag, but the LCS that I tend to frequent had that one originally marked at $35. I nabbed it today for $14.99. So the heat is off. Also, on an intriguing read today, if you guys loved planet-sized X-Men and what that meant for the X-Men universe, well, you know that it was a little bit larger than life, right? Like a little bit more, a little bit better. A little bit better there, Patrick. But this book right here is an interesting take on the House of X story. And for all of my fellow X-Men fans, this is a must read. Now, the final variant cover offering of this series is indeed the one on the right there. And we have a situation where, well, we have a issue 5 that was just FOC'd with no variant covers. Take that in mind. You gotta love no variants, right? And it's a 5-issue miniseries. So, is it worth the pickup? Possibly. And now as we move on to more news, this one is fed by the feed, where I take some of the best things that I can see popping up in my news feed, whether it be Twitter, Facebook, or IG. I'm coming at you with the goods, guys. I'm coming at you with the goods. You know I'm back. So another one comic fam. Reported by the man, Comic Tom 101 on his IG earlier today, and John Boy Myers. Comic Tom is apparently going all out on his first Invincible #1 cover, meaning this is not going to be the last of his Invincible #1 covers. But let me just be the first to say that I think we are done with Invincible #1 covers. And I don't care what artist you put on them or how cool they get. The horse has been beat to death. It has been turned to sausage and hamburger and fed and digested and crapped out already. So, like, seriously, guys, enough. Return of the... And I bet you're thinking I'm saying the Wednesday Comic Presser, right? It's not. No, but reported earlier today, and we all don't know if it is a good idea or a bad one. Comics once again needs us. No, I'm sorry, they do not need you. Details tomorrow, according to Dinesh. So, Dinesh Shamdasani, I love you, sir. Your enthusiasm for what you did for the Valiant brand and the revival and you purchasing the company was great. But again, comics don't necessarily need you, but your donut idea was funny. I mean, you're selling donuts. Like don't get me wrong, Dinesh, you are a great marketer. And if Marvel or DC would hire you to do marketing campaigns for some of these characters that they're trying to launch that are horrible, they might actually sell more books. Omar V, thank you, my good friend. Thank you for joining us here. And yeah, you know how it be. She-Hulk premiere today, tomorrow, depending on your schedule. I don't know. But 3 a.m. Eastern Central Time, or yeah, Eastern Time. And that would be 2 p.m. Central, or 2 a.m. Or yeah, 2 a.m. Central, 1 a.m. Mountain, midnight Pacific. Who's staying up for this? Who is actually going to be staying up? Who's crazy enough to stay up for She-Hulk? Or maybe set an alarm for it. Or maybe just he gets up so early in the morning taking his kid to school that he's going to have time to just wake up and watch it before taking the kid to school. This guy right here, probably do one of those things. Who knows what it's going to be? But for all of my friends who are staying up late and getting ready for this, I anticipate good things. I hear really, really good things and good buzzes from some of the people who are fortunate enough to be able to watch this before we all are. Because apparently a lot of people got to see this before we did. But Marvel, you're messing with my schedule by putting this show out on Thursdays now. I'm 1 week behind. Now, that guy, Ultra Maximus, well, he'll be back next week with more news. So make sure you smash that like button. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and click that notification bell for notifications. It's been a long time since I left you without some books to sweat to. Now, you had to choose if you were limited, right? You can only choose one. That's basically what this is right here. This is the Raw Report versus everybody. And, oh, dude, that's awesome. So, here we go. Here, I decided to keep it with the swimsuit edition. Swimsuit variant battle. So, Jeff DeCal or the Ejuker? Ejuker. I can't pronounce that name right, but Catwoman versus Wonder Woman. Both of them got them legs. Just saying. So this was your swimsuit battle today. I think there's a couple other of the swimsuits that are coming that aren't too bad. Art Germ's going to be out next week as well, so don't forget that one. But yeah, and guys who don't normally buy variant covers go, this is a nice variant. Like with the Wonder Woman in hand, I'm like, yeah, it's not too bad. But I definitely prefer the Catwoman in person. Let me know what you preferred over those two. And just so you don't have, you have a little something to sweat to for next week, right? Because that's what we want here. So if you had to choose between these two honeys, would you choose the Gun Honey with your Blood for Blood #1 Copic Virgin Adam Hughes FOC variant, or the Deja Thoris Fairy Tales #1 Leslie Leary Lee and Scented Virgin? Both, in my opinion, both of these artists are very, very talented at drawing the divine feminine form. leave me a comment below. Let me know which one you thought. And that's pretty cool, Double O. Decal all day. All day, all day. And as we continue to journey through the speculation matrix, I'm giving you all what I believe is the heat of the week. And what is this coming from? Well, I'm going through the list of all the books that were on release today and thinking, what's in it, you know? So, covers and guts. This is what we're looking for here, everybody. We're looking for the good books this week. Now, this right here, these One Bad Day books are all going to be a book where Batman apparently gets killed by a villain. We've got a Riddler One Bad Day coming up right here in front of us. I'm sorry. Then we've got the coming up of the Two-Face One Bad Day. Well, Tomb, you know, sometimes natural instincts are best, right? You know? So that was an open order Jim Lee variant, which was insane for them to do as an open order variant. But this one right here was your 50 copy incentive. I thought artistically that these two absolutely killed it, but Brian Boland fans, be on the lookout because there was a 1 in 100 incentive. And as we talked about this one earlier, the Batman 125 second print, you know, the incentive for this one with failsafe on it, it's one of those things. If the failsafe character does take off, the first prints are going to take off for sure. I mean, that failsafe design variant, and this is one of the things, the design variants, they're definitely look, I collect the action figure variants. I know people who collect the design variants. It's kind of like it's a niche collectible market. So what happens when you know, they see that one's starting to take off? Of course, they go and try to look for the book, which causes sales to continue. So you see sales trends continue, and then other people try to put them upward. And that's just the natural progression. And that's how you can tell a book is on a natural incline, not somebody seeing a $20 book and be like, I'm gonna make it look like it sells for $90. I mean, yeah, it's the heat, right? I mean, if you don't think this is a heat book from Jeff DeCall, I don't know what to tell you. Now, Harley Quinn 20, Ryan Sook has been absolutely knocking it out. There's another one coming. And it's Sook's work over a Jim Lee book. Sandman #1, Facsimile. So this went out today, of course, coinciding with the release of Sandman on TV. I haven't had an opportunity to watch it, but I got to point to the ladies of Nearing Nirvana. They have covered the show extensively. They've covered the comic books extensively as far as key issues. Basically beat me to a Spec Matrix possibility. So you guys should know by now, I am not the type of guy that likes to beat a dead horse and constantly repeat myself and talk about the same books over and over again. It makes it look tired. It makes you look like a promoter, a pump artist, and I'm not about that life. I just want to deliver honest, good content, which is the reason why all of you are here. So don't forget to smash that like button. God dang. All right. I got problems in life with Red Kryptonite, and Mr. Nakayama, you are not making it any easier. But what I did notice is there was not a single virgin variant of this that was still colorized. So there's other incentive variants of this one that are black and white and stuff. Maybe there is a limited virgin variant that's going to be coming out next week, because I know that's sometimes how the releases work. So, yeah. Lee again. Cover I. Lee. And this almost went up against the call cover for legs. Just saying. Sonic Annual 2022 number... Well, no number. It's a 1 in 10. 1 in 10. So, the reason why I put this on here as part of the heat of the week, Sonic is not at its peak yet. If you guys know what I'm saying by that. Sonic is not at its peak yet because there's a third movie in development. They have 2 movies under their belts. I personally have a 5-year-old that loves this property. Okay? The Archie is there, but the IDW run, Not as common as you would think. And I'm willing to bet a lot of the IDW run is probably lower sales total than the end of the Archie run. So incentives, 1 in 10s usually. There's other books that have 1 in 25s and 1 in 50s. So high ratio incentives. Go and see what they're doing on eBay as far as auctions and like long listed buy it nows that will eventually sell. It's because people eventually get tired of looking for copies. Star Trek Mirror War number 8, the 10 copy incentive with Bad Guy Riker. No, Tylox, I do not believe that to be the case. Don't believe that to be the case. All right, so the last Shadowhawk, this was wild because there's a whole bunch of covers in here. This is the one that has all the different covers that it shows. There's a ton of covers for the last Shadowhawk, but they're all shown at the bottom. So I was like, oh, this makes it easy. If you are a fan of this property, or if you don't know about this property, this is one of the premier Image properties. So when Image first launched, again, Rob Liefeld was one of the real big properties there of Image, and he debuted this character in Youngblood number 2. Everybody went absolutely ballistic. And then, of course, when Shadowhawk number 1 hit, it had that foil cover. Liefeld, did the artwork on it, and Valentino was doing the interiors. And the hero was, at the time, he was more like an X-rated Deadpool before Deadpool was really himself. Like, this dude was breaking backs. So he's like, oh, you got out of jail? He's like is like a cross between Daredevil and Deadpool, but he would leave people alive and just maim them. So crazy book, and very interesting to see where this one's winding up. But Valentino Liefeld right there. Shirtless Bear Fighter 2 number 1, and here is your retailer incentive variant. So yeah, there he is about to suplex this bear. Bringing the heat, of course, with the 1 million BC Avengers number 1 in 25. We'll see where the story takes us. I don't know how hot it is, but you guys know I love that Phoenix 1 million BC version of that character. The Mike Deodato 1 in 500 is part of my collection. You know what I'm talking about. Fortnite X Marvel Zero War number 3. The 50 copy incentive is, of course, for you Gambit and Rogue lovers of this couple. And man, is it me, or did this artist draw her milkshake, bro? Okay. I talked about this book before on Drunken Chat, and people didn't pay attention then. I bet you they're going to start paying attention now, because here lies Miles Morales, rest in peace, and a Deathlock emerging from his grave should have been a big enough clue that they gave away at the end of issue 3. Issue 3 is still not doing a damn thing. So do people really care? You guys cared so much when it was in a What If, but now that it's in a Savage Avengers story, I don't think you do. And that's reason for me to believe that there's a little bit of, string pulling to make some of those books look like they were selling. So Miles Morales is Deathlock, everybody, and he's the one who's hunting the Avengers in this all new, all different Savage Avengers run. Take with it what you will. Now, our book of the week. Yes, this was the book of the week because just absolute hands down, more people at both. I went to 2 stores today and everybody was looking for that book. Sold out on one book before it even hit the shelves, or one store before it even hit the shelves. X-Force number 30. Now I want to pay it. Everybody I want to remind everybody real quick. Wolverine and Deadpool just had a little bit of fun over in Wolverine's book. So issues 20 through 24. It was in that book where Deadpool rejoins X-Force. But here we are at X-Force 30, showing Deadpool on the cover. So expect there to be a lot of people who missed the fact Deadpool was going to be joining X-Force again. This is the variant cover. There is a regular cover, and it is, of course, Deadpool versus Kraven the Hunter. That's something they're setting up at least. And as stated in the read pile earlier, X-Men 92 House of X Chapter 2, number 4. This is where it's at. X-Men 13 Art Adams variant. Okay, I brought this one up. You guys know why. We don't have to talk about reasons why. But this is a perfect pairing if you are into the love triangle life of Cyclops. This is a perfect pairing with a certain astonishing X-Men Emma Frost variant. And I gotta say, Pepe Larraz is probably the newest favorite X-Men artist of mine. I wish Pepe Larraz could do more incentive variants for this story, or for this book, with the updated appearances of the characters in mind. Barbaric's Axe to Grind, cover B. I mean, it was on FOC like 30 times, but this is kind of wild. Like, she naked, bringing out the bloody clothes. Disturbed Dark Messiah, number 1. Swanland incentive variant. And then, of course, our Book of the Week runner-up in the honorable mention slot. This is your Jenny Frisian. Tentacle Love. Oh, now this one's going really well with the issue number 1 for Man Goat and Bunny Man. Man, that book's still doing like over $50. But here is your 1 in 10 incentive for Green Eggs and Blam number 2. 1/2/red/blue/. Ms. Meow number 3. The 25 copy incentive. And then the 50 copy incentive. So what also is very interesting about this Miss Meow book is we got another one coming on FOC. And speaking of FOC, this is the Ghost of Monday. This is your FOC review here. And we're going to knock this one out, everybody. And don't forget to smash that like button and tell me what you think of the new organized format as we streamline this show. We're only 29 minutes in. This is usually about what? I mean, the presser, Wednesday night presser would run like over an hour minimum. But anyway, coming up on the previous FOC, if you missed out already, you better get your name down for any of the following books that you're seeing here. This is the Boogie Man coming from Blaze Publishing. This is, of course, your homage variant cover. This is your 30 copy Virgin incentive, giving you a little bit of the premise of the book. This right here is your 40 copy glow in the dark incentive. And my God, if you go back and watch the last episode of the Secret Variant, or if you did watch the last episode of the Secret Variant, there's so many glow in the dark covers on FOC, including this one. The 50 copy glow in the dark incentive for Boogie Man. So the Boogie Man from Ablaze. And for you guys who like other universe versions of Spider-Man, well, there you go. Erratic Recharged number 1. And this is basically what people are saying. This is Miles Morales combined with Static Shock. Okay, I can kind of see it. So the Diodato Jr. giving us the Spider Pose. So does this count as a Spider-Man number 1 variant? Was one of those topics of discussion I was given there. So Sergeant Werewolf number 1 has a 10 copy incentive and a 20 copy incentive coming at you from Black Caravan, which is a scout imprint. And then this, look, they're going to get a lot of people on the homage nostalgia alone, but this is number 1 of a 3-issue limited series from Comics Experience. So this is an indie of indies. Saga of a Doomed Universe number 1's cover B, which is, of course, the Secret War homage. This is your Watchmen homage. They have a Marvel Anniversary frame homage. They got the Marvel Universe wraparound homage. And then the DC Who's Who homage. All of these are wicked. They're they're all throwback of throwbacks. And if you're into that kind of thing, it's great. Trailer Park Boys in the Gutters number 1, baby. I got a couple of covers here for all of your needs in the weeds. And then a headshot variant by Garibaldi. And then here we go, Ms. Meow number 4. So, yeah. Yeah, again. And then they get a little bit more risque. John Royale. coming into his own, and you know, it sucks that it's just now that he's getting popular at the end of the G.I. Joe run. There's some pretty cool G.I. Joe covers that he's done. You know, the G.I. Joe ladies, Snake Eyes, and Storm Shadow and such. You guys know what it is. And then, oh my goodness, the Risque variant. Oh God, it goes Risque foil. They're not holding out on Ms. Meow, and that's a 1 in 100 incentive for you. Mojo Quid, good to see you. Frank Frazetta and the Death Dealer, number 5, of course, as you know, issue number 1, if you did not know, has gone 4 printings. So these are the high ratio incentives. So there's a 10 copy and a 20 copy. Unbranded, as they're calling it, instead of virgin. Another scout book for you, and this is a 10 copy incentive. Ozza the Barbed. So this is very, very intriguing. Just cover alone, I'm probably going to be looking into reading it. Whew. Okay. So the whole Sumerian behemoth thing, yeah, basically. Some of the imprint is under Sumerian now, and this is Turbo Kid Skeleton Unleashed, number 1. Cover B. And then here's your cover C, which is your movie poster variant. Apparently Turbo Kid's messed up. Blade Runner Black Lotus, number 2, with a cover D. And then here we have the FOC Danny Strips Virgin variant. So another Blade Runner story tie-in. Now, we all know vault books are returnable, except for when, I believe, then they go second printing. So mine went second printing for issue number 1 and issue, I believe, number 4, or issue number 3 just FOC'd. But this one's one that caught my eye because it was not only on FOC multiple weeks, and you guys see the tentacles down there, right? Okay, now you know where I'm heading. So there's your cover A by Tim Seeley. Whoa, what the? So this is a movie tie-in to something that you can view only on Shudder. So it's a Shudder original. And then here is your 15 copy incentive, everybody. So no other variants for it though. 15 copy was the highest it went. And now, as you can see, the tentacles have teeth. Changes the game. Essentia number 14, it's an out there kind of story, and if you're not into these kinds of things, well, you know, save your money. There's also a pencil art variant for issue 14, cover B. Bell Hunt of the Centaurs, number 1. There's your cover A. There's your cover B by Thompson. Here is your cover D. Here's your cover C for Grim Fairy Tale 64. And then the cover D. Robin Hood, the Baba Yaga. Ivan Tao. So I know some of you guys are really into Ivan Tao art and don't want to miss that one. Now, Villa Lobos, though, here. Whew. Get this man a contract doing some other art somewhere else, too. And Spokes, too, you know? Like, yeah, it's got a little bit of that 90s image broke back. But, man, is that good. Tales of Terror Quarterly, Rise of Cthulhu. And that's your cover C. And then here is your cover D. Cthulhu looks like an alien from Alien. Van Helsing, Flesh of My Blood, number 1. And then your D. Pascal. Not bad. Rufino. And if you guys know the name Rufino, done a lot of work with the Jeff Scott Campbell guy. Basilisk, issue 11's 25 copy incentive. All right, and then you're moving on to Berserker, which has got a 50 copy incentive by Eastman, which is kind of cool. And then this one by Olivetti. Yeah. Magic the Gathering, the Planeswalker variant. So this is just a B cover. It's open order. But there is a 10 copy incentive by Yoon that's also not too shabby. 25 copy incentive up for Once and Future, issue 29. Oh. I mean, who doesn't love a Frisian variant where you're holding entrails? Right? But are they your own or somebody else's? That's the question, whether or not you really like this cover. Oh. And I mean, Louis V, good to see you. So, this one right here. Hey, you know what, Ghost Lotus? Thank you so much for those kind words. I really appreciate that. So, this one right here. Yeah, that's a really gutsy cover, AOA. Mind Management with the bootleg. That's clearly Marvel Girl wearing Cyclops' leftover material. She's like, hey, Psych, you know that full pullover, thing you used? Well, I put a hole in it doing laundry, so I'm just going to cut it up and turn it into an outfit. Survival Street #2. This is a book we talked about on Drunken Chat. You guys have had almost 2 weeks of talking about this book. You had 2 Fridays at least to talk about this book before at FOC. And everybody else would have been talking about it on FOC. If this cover doesn't tell you how awesome this book is, well, maybe the cover B will do it for you. What? Like, there's some lines. You guys know how it is. You got a line, and then you got habitual line steppers who constantly cross that line. This is one of those that's like, if the Comics Code Authority was still in place, borderline, they'd be like, man, I don't know. That's funny, isn't it? All right, so 007 #2, a 25 copy incentive virgin. Amazing looking cover, I'm sorry. Oh. Okay. Selena. Everybody. Yeah, I see Famke Jensen every time I see a Selena Red Sonja cover, but I don't care. Frank Cho, obviously. And then the Cohen. Okay. So Cohen also has a 30 copy incentive coming for this Invincible Red Sonja #10. The 30 copy incentive is your version of this one. Wow. Okay, and then Selena. So Cohen and Selena, those names will be reminiscent of things. But here's what gets me really weird, because I'm taking these images from the FOC that I pulled. Ultraviolet Cohen appears to be an FOC 10 copy incentive, and it doesn't look like anything like the other one. I hope they don't change the art. Bob, good to see you. Thanks for joining from the UK. All right, everybody. So Ninjets #1 is up, and this is a book by Lee Lee. I have feelings. A couple good covers. The Acosta, but the Lee Lee is also getting a premium metal, an Atlas signed variant, and then the limited Virgin variant, which will probably be delayed, just kind of like the Atlas signed Virgin will. And again, as I spoke, John Royale, hanging out with Bob over there in the UK. The man does not do very much other than covers anymore because of arthritis or wrist problems or, wrist pains and stuff like that. I think I remember reading about it. Just, but man, when he does do work, look at this. This is fire. Everybody likes to compare him to Jeff Scott Campbell, but look, that Green Eggs and Blam cover is a comparison to Jeff Scott Campbell's art. It's just very like mixture of cartoony Disney with comic book, and I kind of like that. Some people like this style, some people dislike this style. Some people love like Olivetti's style, some people like Dell'Otto's style, painted. Some people don't. Then other people like that really realistic like Decal style. Some people don't. Some people then like the Frisian style. But yeah, Royale's good. Biggie, dun 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 dun. This goes out to you and you and you. Biggie delivering the artwork on all these best ofs, just like he's doing over there and a lot of other things. Makes it kind of cool. Usagi Yojimbo #31 got a 10 copy Momoko coming at you, but wait. Look up in that left-hand corner. And this is for you guys searching for those Sonic books too, or any other IDW book. If you see an RIA, it means there's an RIB, at least, which changes the game. So there you go. So here's your RIB. Peach Momoko, 25 copy incentive for Usagi Yojimbo 31. Dead Lucky from Image giving you a 20 copy incentive. So not even 25 copies, but a 20 copy. And that's the only variant for the book. Now, we're no longer doing second prints was the official story that was released by Image Comics months ago after they FOC'd a second printing twice. Like, they FOC'd the second printing of Nocterra #1 after it had already been in stores for months. But the funny thing is that they never released the book. So maybe they were thinking of doing a third printing. Someone forgot that they had already done a second printing. They had allocated or did an FOC, and then they found the allocations in the warehouse or something and just distributed it. So either way, 8 Billion Genies coming at you with a third printing of issue #1, a third printing of issue #2, which looks very similar but very different from the third printing of issue #3. I'm sorry, issue #4 at a second printing. Golden Rage #2, cover B, Samson. Merca and Dolfo, Sweet Paprika #12. So this is the final issue. Little heat on that cover, right? Spawn 333 with a cover A by Matina. This one talked about by the Todd Father himself, but Todd Father always talks about his books. And this book right here. Okay. The weirdest is good. And I think that's what Twig stands for. Here's your 10 copy incentive. Your 25 copy Momoko, which is a little bit eerie because it looks like a little bit eaten and kind of like, like the worms are kind of like eating away at them and stuff. And then here is your 50 copy Scotty Young incentive, which also gave you a black and white 100 copy via the artwork. But it's the final copy, or the final issue of the 5-issue miniseries. I don't know how sustained the copies were being ordered through your LCS, so I might want to put your names down for them. The cover B Batman Del Auto wraparound. We talked about this one on Drunken Chat. The 25 copy incentive. Batman Neo year with Batman got some wings on his back now. Like they used to like be under his arms, right? Like now it's on his back. And of course, I got to give a shout out to my buddy Chitlin's Greens and Cornbread. And here's his favorite tentacle cover of the week. Batman Urban Legends #19. Kari Andrews just absolutely killing it with Deadpool's cover in Black Adam and the Justice Society Atom Smasher. And here's Deadpool again. And this one's the cover variant for when... Look... If anybody actually gets this cover signed by Ryan Reynolds and gets it CGC'd, I would laugh hysterically. Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths, #4. Cover C. This is your Brett Booth 0 Hour homage cardstock variant cover. The 25 copy incentive. Now, 25 copy is not bad, right? The 50 copy is the Nathan Zerdy. And I made a joke about this one multiple times, but I'll drop it again on this show. This is the Black Winter in the DC universe. He's killing everybody like he did in that Thor issue, remember? Here's your 100 copy foil incentive, cover F, and just wait, because DC's like, you know what, we need to throw in a retro version. But this is such a late ad, I don't think very many people ordered it. And being it was FOC'd on Sunday and not Monday, I think this was missed. Cover G, Victor Bogdanovic. I think artwork-wise, this thing's superior to all the other covers. Oh, look. It's the Ass He Tastes variant. Deceased War of the Undead Gods, #2, cover C. The Dan Mora homage cardstock variant cover. Deceased War of the Gods, the 25 copy incentive, Matina. So, is he a vampire? What's going on here? And then this one's wild. So the 50 copy cardstock Divine Feminine, everybody. Detective Comics 1062, second printing by Tedesco. The second printing by Tedesco getting a foil variant treatment as well. And then, of course, Flashpoint Beyond, number 5, cover B. The 50 copy Howard Porter cardstock variant. All right. Harley Quinn, 30th anniversary special. Hood Rat in the house. So, look, there's going to be a lot of covers for this. There's probably going to be a bunch of exclusives, too. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't checked for exclusives on my end. But I do know that a lot of these covers are great. Collect which one you like, of course. The Jeff Scott Campbell is probably going to be popular. So is the Art Germ one. The Opena is fire. Where was that when Suicide Squad was around, right? Or, wait. Was this a store exclusive? In the Rebirth era? Harley Quinn by Bruce Timm, probably going to be a popular one too, the classic Harley. The Terry Dodson and Rachel Dodson, of course, it's the classic Harley still. And of course, they did a lot of good covers on that run. The Bermejo just looks violent, dude. Like, this one's not too shabby either. Thanks for stopping by, Tomb. Hope you can catch the rest on the rewind. So the Adam Hughes variant, this one's going to be a big one, but there's a bigger version of this one. Stay tuned. Amanda Connor's going to give you a 25 copy incentive. The 50 copy incentive is going to be by Art Germ. So this one's going to be foil. There's also going to be a foil Adam Hughes 100 copy incentive. The cover price, I think, is $5.99 or $6.99. Then the late ad was the Frank Cho variant, which they also gave you a 10 copy glow in the dark incentive. New champion of Shazam with the Dan Hip cardstock variant cover. And look, if you're a fan of Dan Hip's artwork, this hits. Oh, Omar V with the $9.99 on that Harley. That's right. It's going to be a brutal 1 in 100. New champion of Shazam number 2 with the Marguerite Sauvage, though. Fire. 25 copy incentive for you. Joelle Jones with the Queen of the Amazons, Nubia, number 4 variant. And I hear they're going to bring back her classic armor. Poison Ivy number 4, Jenny Frison. And then here is the Souza Micah cardstock variant cover. Reader, Harley Quinn 30th anniversary variant. This one's probably going to be pretty popular because of the Harley Ivy pairing there. And then just really good art. 25 copy Matthias Bergara. And Mateus Manhanini, Sword of Azrael number 2, 25 copy incentive. Should have been the highest ratio, but Gleb Melnikov, got the cardstock variant for the 50 copy incentive slot. Oh yeah, we remember this one. So Wolverine chased Mortar and McTaggart wrapped around Mary Jane's throat and Spider-Man out of the Hellfire Gala. And here's Spider-Man trying not to let Wolverine kill Mary Jane. The Amazing Spider-Man Romero variant, however, giving us... Who is that on the cover? Axe Judgment Day number 1 getting a second printing from Brooks. And then Axe Judgment Day number 4, the 100 copy Brooks incentive. Yeah, AOA, everybody likes to draw Wolverine's claws very long, but it's only like artists like Liefeld that get called out for it. When most of the time his claws do get drawn longer than his forearms, making his arms unable to bend. Daredevil number 1 with the Sakura promo variant. When this hits, when it's Daredevil and Elektra versus Punisher in the hand, these books are going to go fire. For sure. Daredevil number 3 with a 25 copy incentive by Malieve. Edge of the Spider-Verse getting a second printing Libera variant. And shout out to Mighty Mel V. Doesn't mess with the dinosaurs, but I told some friends that if they made a ASM 300 pose of the dinosaur, I would buy one for Mel. So here we have the Iron Man Stealth Suit, issue number 23, with all them Mandarin rings. So we got these Mandarin rings, and then we got the 10 rings over in Shang-Chi. What is going on, Marvel editors? Like, Marvel, do you have an editor spot? Do you need like a good editor? I have 1,000+ references that would probably support me being an editor or on the editorial arm of Marvel. I can work from home and I can work fast because we need to make sense of some of these things and keep the Marvel universe straight. You know what I mean? And I'll be he who remains. Remember this, everybody. Issue 22's cover with the stealth suit is the first appearance of Steve Rogers as Iron Man that I know of. Has Steve Rogers donned the suit anywhere else? Midnight Suns number 1. Nakayama killing it, and look at our squad. It's a pretty good squad for Midnight Suns here. So we got the video game coming out, or the video game's out already. I'm not really sure. I play classic PS1 and PS2. I don't have, and Nintendo Wii. The Wii's the newest system in the house. So. But this Midnight Suns game variant, for sure, be on the lookout for those. There's an incentive and another variant that go along with it too. I guess if you're into the Midnight Suns, that's probably a cool thing to collect. Moon Knight, 14 second printing Cappuccino variant. He's the interior artist, so I like when they take the interior art and they repurpose it for a cover. Peach Momoko giving us a Ms. Marvel and Venom. Bustos on the variant for Predator. Savage Avengers number 5. Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings number 1 with the second printing. See? Here's the second printing. Oh, we got Spider-Punk number 5. So, fun fact. Spider-Punk not really selling great. Sales totals have diminished so far that they got rid of the variant covers. Only the A covers exist for issue number 5 of 5. Star Wars Bounty Hunters number 27, the Lashley variant. The Sprouse Choose Your Destiny variant for Bounty Hunters number 27. And there's rumors Bounty Hunters may also be ending. Star Wars Mandalorian number 3. Because there's no solicits after 27. But Star Wars Mandalorian number 3 with the concept art, also good. And the Jinty variant. The 50 copy incentive Stegman, not too bad. Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi number 5, the Lanil Yu variant cover. And then the Sprouse Choose Your Destiny variant cover, giving us Skier from High Republic. All right. So this is definitely a spoilerific cover. If you haven't noticed, that's Bedlam. And if also you haven't noticed, that's Eddie Brock inside of Bedlam. And here, as I was discussing earlier, also on FOC before issue 4 came out, was X-Men 92, The House of X, Chapter 2, number 5 of 5. And the X-Men Red Clark Erico variant. If you didn't see these Torrin Clark variant covers, well, you got 5 other ones you need to go after, or actually 6 other ones. He did 2 for issue 1. He did a promo variant and then a Storm spoiler variant, which had her in her Brotherhood outfit. And look, if you're reading the Axe crossover, X-Men Red's definitely in there. It sucks because it was one of the better books until it fell victim to falling into the crossover. But I gotta say thank you, everybody. Thank you for the kind words, and I hope you're enjoying the Return to the Presser. It's an hour long. I tried to keep it way short. I was like, oh, I'll be able to knock this out in what, half hour, 40 minutes. I blab too much, but you guys know that I appreciate you guys watching the content. Subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to like and share the video. Leave me a comment after if you're watching on the rewind, of course. And guess what? See you next week.